crap, look at that. We haven't even started yet, and there's like 100 people in here. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late, you guys. I got a last second FaceTime from a homie of mine, my brother. Y'all might know him, Kyle Rittenhouse. We were chopping some shit up real quick, and then I had to jump off and get on here to hang out with you beautiful people. It's so good to see y'all. I hope y'all are doing good tonight. I know that you've got lots of places you could be, lots of stuff that you could be doing. I mean, you could be out at the club with Clavicular and Nick Fuentes and Sneeko rocking out in Miami right now. You could be shoving paperwork in your prison pocket with Wes Watson, but y'all decided to hang out with me, and I just love that, and I appreciate y'all. So thank you for riding out. We're going to do a bit of a freeform thing tonight because we don't have like one cohesive thing that's going on. I just wanted to review some of the crazy shit that's going on in the world today. Not all of it is related, so we don't have like a straight subject, but if you guys have some stuff that you're like, hey, JD, we should look into this, we could do that as well. We could do whatever we want. You know why? Because we're grown-ups. We're big people, and we have rights in America still. Today, we might not at some point in the future, but as for right now, we still have ICE. So, rights. Sorry, you guys. T-Man said, pulling ICE out of Minnesota would be a bad idea, big dog. Would make Trump and his administration look like they got no balls, or should I say no balls. So, like, look, I wanna check this real quick. We've got 87% of people on the poll said they do not think that we should pull ICE out of Minnesota. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I agree with T-Man 1,000%. And like, here's the thing, bro. So Minnesota is like a format state, in my opinion. Minnesota ran the format for, a lot of this sanctuary shit. Oregon was actually the very first sanctuary state. They were a sanctuary state before sanctuary states were a thing. We are unfortunately pioneers. You remember the Oregon Trail back in the day when you would get dysentery on the little computer at school and you would die? So Oregon is a pioneer again when it comes to this sanctuary state bullshit, homie. Bullshit. But, over in Minnesota, they've run the format not only of being a sanctuary state, but they've figured out a way to monetize their illegals. And this goes way beyond just being able to sway votes and keep, who they want in power. With this shit, they've figured out ways to, with fraud, make billions off of the backs of 67 IQ Somali bulb-headed retards, which is crazy to be able to actually find value in people who, like, when you look at where they actually come from, homie, when you look at where they come from, it's barely a country, bro. It's crazy, awful. And then they bring them over here and it's like, yo, we can make these people be worth billions, homie. Now, here's the thing is back when I did fraud, you would never see me. I would print the checks. I would print the credit cards. You'd never see me as the one going into the bank with the card and, my ID and cashing a check or swiping a card at a store because I know that I'd be on camera. So what we did is we used ducks. Ducks is like your fall guy. And that's exactly what the format that they followed in Minnesota with the Somalians. So there's a reason that they put Tim Walz up to be the vice president. And I know that we all thought that we joked, we laughed, we said, this is the dude they think is going to appeal to like liberal white men to get them to want to vote and the moderates to get them to want to vote. Turns out, I don't think it had anything to do with that the entire time. I think he came up with a format to be able to monetize retards, do widespread fraud, and that other blue states have been following that format. So, like, Minnesota is a huge battleground. And if we let them win in Minnesota and we're like, yeah, federal laws apply and have supremacy everywhere except Minnesota, we're going to take a huge L. A huge fucking L. And we're going to get into why we're talking about this. We're actually going to hear from my good friend Nick Sorter about this because they've made a move that I personally don't agree with. But before we do that, yo, CWB420, dude, thank you so much. Huge love to you, man. I appreciate that big support tonight. God bless you, JD. God bless all the family in the chat. Much love. Much love to you too, man. We have, and I am not objective and I don't care. I try to stay objective on a lot of things, but when it comes to saying we have the best community on YouTube, We have built this bitch brick by brick. Every single one of you has built this with me. And I love you guys so much. And I see it. I see it in the chat when somebody posts about one of their victories. You know, I got this much clean time. I see you all in the chat. Go ham for that person and show that person love. When something goes wrong, somebody's grandma dies, or they smell a really bad dog fart. That was probably me trauma dumping. I have 2 French bulldogs and a Boston Terrier. That's like a regular thing that happens to me all the time with the dog farts. But, you know, when something bad happens and tragedy strikes or somebody's struggling, I see you guys showing each other love. And that is exactly what this shit is all about. Serenity Gaming Studio said, roads are frozen. Ain't nowhere else to be, bro. Well, hey, I'll take what I could get, man. Y'all hanging out with me. I don't want to leave the house. Eric, what's up, bro? Nope, here with you, bro. Love the show. And I love you, my brother. Thank you for being here again. And thank you for your support, man. Roman Wolf said, can we look at random body cams? That would be fun. I love random body cams. I love random body cams. I'm always down to do that. You know, my good friend, I was actually hanging out with my moms earlier because, you know, we moved back to Oregon to be able to hang out with my moms. I love my mama. I love my mama so much. And I was showing her a video. I was watching Brandon Herrera's synopsis on this whole Alex Preddy thing. And all of a sudden, Donut Operator jumps in. And she has never watched a Donut Operator video or a Brandon Herrera video. And I was like telling her how, like, you know, he does the cop side of the body cams where he's doing the analysis. I like doing the criminal side. I think it's a lot of fun as somebody who has been arrested a shitload of times. Only twice out of like over 50 times was I arrested in my underwear. And that's something to still not be fucking proud of. Quantum Twist, Crowds on Demand is a private firm that provides hired actors for various events that has lately largely included protests in Minneapolis. That's crazy, man. We're going to see some crazy shit out of Minneapolis, but it does not surprise me at all that they are amping this shit up. I personally, so in the last live stream, we talked about how, you know, the Church of Satan, or not the Church of Satan, the Satanic Coalition in Minneapolis actually has a plaque for Tim Walz in the state capitol there. I think that what they're doing is much akin to human sacrifice by canonizing and weaponizing these people who are clearly mentally ill, mentally deranged. I think they work them up into a frenzy, you know, like foaming at the mouth, like, and then they go out there and they get murked by ICE, and it distracts from the fraud. It distracts from the fact that, like, 2 weeks ago, we was talking about the fraud and we were linking it back up to people in the Minnesota government. And then all of a sudden, Renee Good gets slimed all over her airbag, and we ain't talking about that no more. And that's a damn shame. You know, Nick Shirley even dropped a second video, and it seems to have gotten buried. And that's just sad, man. Christian said they should deploy ICE and Border Patrol to most states in the U.S. of the U.S. of effing America. You know what? And like, bro, listen, man, like, here's the thing, is people who voted for Trump, a lot of them voted on a platform of closing the borders and getting the illegals out. Now, I don't agree with Trump on a lot of shit, but I agree on that. And the majority of Americans voted on this shit. We can't let a very loud, very mentally ill minority who can't understand the idea that we have an established country, whether they like it or not, and that there's rules and that there's fucking guidelines that have to be followed, shut shit down when the voice of America has spoken. Whether you are in that majority of people that voted for Trump on this platform or not, like, you should be able to at least look back far enough into the past to go, you know, like, Obama deported shitloads. Every single president has deported shitloads of people. It's never a problem unless T-Man is in office. That's just what it is, bro. 45 said, yo, JD, what is going on? Like, I just saw this video. Well, we are just starting up, bro. So you are in the first 10 minutes. We are in the intro. We are just ramping up to get into it. Fart Sniffer said, holy shit, bro. Fart Sniffer. Bro, is that Cyrax on your profile picture? What the fuck? Thank you, JD, for calling out and making a video on Cyrax. He needs to go down hard for all his pedophile activities. We love you too. Love you, bro. And yeah, we're going to be doing some deep diving into Cyrax, because now that he's caught my attention, I believe that Cyrax, from what I'm understanding, he sexually assaulted Blind Billy. You can't be assaulting anybody. But Blind Billy, I heard Blind Billy was a kid that he sexually assaulted. We're going to be looking into that. I'm going to be doing some deep dives, bro. I'm going to be going deep in that. I said deep way too many times for what we were talking about. The subject matter and the word deep should not go. That was bad. That was on me, guys. My bad. I'm being sketchy again. Quantum Twist said, you completely missed my super chat. Where? What? Dude, we read that. What you mean, dog? We said Crowds on Demand is a private firm that provides... Holy shit. There's a big one from you. We read that one, homeboy. Hold on. Let's get you in right here. Quantum Twist, are you going to expose the paid entities that pay these protesters? You can obviously see how fast they go from one protest to another just because they hate this administration. It's literally in front of everyone who has an IQ above 70. So look, man, and we saw that. We saw that with the chicken. Y'all remember the chicken? I hate that fucking chicken. You saw it with Pam Tifa, who obviously, if you ask anybody who was involved in the January 6th thing, she was involved in that, and everybody who knows Pam Tifa is going to tell you two things, man. She's a pedophile, and she's a fed. So, her being paid to do that, I absolutely could see that. And in fact, hold on one second, Bubba. Hold on one second while we at it. Let's, what did I do? What did I do? You said, let's see. Crowds on Demand is a private firm. We're going to look up Crowds on Demand so that we can investigate this on the live. Holy shit. Crowds on Demand. Company, Crowds on Demand, Minneapolis, Crowds on Demand. Oh my gosh, we are definitely going to look at this, homie. Yeah, that's big deal. That's big deal. Thank you so much for pointing this out, bro. I really appreciate that, man. Big love to you. Big love. Yo, Christina, what's up, sis? How you doing? The Red Blue War. I agree with you, JD. If Trump surrenders Minneapolis to the commies, he surrenders the country and we all lose. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I asked what I asked. I did that poll because I think it's a huge mistake. And we're going to get into that really quickly here. T-Man, I think what is happening right now with the troubled people on the left would bring more people to God. We clearly see with our own eyes what happens when he is not present. I think that's absolutely, in my opinion, that's an absolute fact, bro. The farther that this nation strays away from its principles, from its moral foundation, from the nuclear family, all of that is straying farther away from God. And the family starts to fall apart. So I want to give a big shout out to Quantum Twist. A, for the support. B, for giving us what we're going to be checking out in the next segment. After we take a look over here at what, there's a couple things I wanted us to look at. And we're going to be going and diving into what he brought up to us. And thank you again for that support, bro. Big love to you. So first off, this isn't entirely involved. Actually, we'll get into that. We did the poll. I want to show you guys what is going on with this shit with Nick Sorter. Good friend of mine. Good dude, man. Nick Sorter is a G, and he's been out there in the mean streets of Minneapolis with Cam Higbee doing this shit. And by the way, hold on. Real quick, before we jump, huge shout out to Cam Higbee on his birthday, man. Everybody, big shout out to Mr. Cam Higbee on his birthday. That's my bro, and I love that dude, man. So here we go. We're going to hear from Nick on Louder with Crowder.
One of the stories that I've unfortunately been hearing this morning is that Border Patrol agents have now been given new orders not to, for example, if they were to run a license plate and it comes back as that person is an illegal that Border Patrol was forced to let into the country under Joe Biden, they are no longer allowed to arrest that person.
And is this
even
the first
though they know for a fact that they're illegal?
Is this new information that you're just bringing to light right now, that these new orders? Okay. And I don't want...
So that just broke today. The Customs and Border Patrol have been given new orders that they're only allowed to do targeted arrests, and they're only allowed to wrap up the people that have severe crimes. So before, they were doing targeted arrests, and if they found you, say you were with Juan in a minivan and there were 6 other illegals in there, but they were after Juan because Juan forcibly penetrated some minors, and they're like, cool, he's someone we're going for, worst of the worst, gonna scoop him up. They would take the whole van. Now they're being told, let the others go and only wrap up Juan.
You know, reveal your sources, but you have someone who you trust on this. You believe this is a matter of actual approach and policy now.
This actually came from 2 Border Patrol agents, 2 separate Border Patrol agents on the ground in Minnesota. They were very, very frustrated. Obviously, they feel like one of them actually said that this feels like we just reverted to the Biden days.
So I want to point something out, though, to be perfectly fair about this. First off, I believe Nick when he says this. Nick is a very credible journalist, and I don't think that he would put his credibility on the line if he hadn't heard this from, as he said, multiple Border Patrol agents. But there is a difference between Border Patrol and ICE, and they are 2 separate entities. So just because Border Patrol got that change in directive doesn't mean that ICE did as well, but it's sketchy. Now there's people that are saying they believe that this is just to like give a little bit of like bringing down the temperature while they negotiate with Tim Walz. I don't think they should negotiate with Tim Walz. I don't think they should negotiate with that motherfucking terrorist, dog. I think they should go in like bulls in china shops. I think that they should go in and investigate him. I think they should get anything that they can, wrap him the fuck up, get him the fuck out of there. And his deputy governor, she needs to go too. She is in the signal chats from Signalgate that Cam Higbee has exposed, and they have her flat on that. Everybody who's in those signal chats participating in doxing ICE agents, doxing their locations, doxing their identities, talking about going and obstructing federal officers, that's organized crime, homie. It could be sedition. It could be sedition. It could be considered an insurrection. It's literally, there's a city council member. They have implicated the deputy governor and a couple other lower level people in the Minneapolis government. That's literally state officials canonizing their constituents against the federal government in a criminal way. They could all get wrapped with RICO, bro. And they should. And I think they should go in. I think they should go in fucking hard. Yeah, conspiracy. RICO. It's super fucking easy, bro. It's super fucking easy. These would be slam dunk charges. I think they should do mass fucking arrests. Mass arrests. I don't think that dipping your pinky toe in the water and writing strongly worded tweets and strongly worded letters is what we need to do here. I think we need to go in like a fucking shark and just start chomping the shit out of people, bro. Mass fucking arrests. Popping off in Eugene? Esker, where's it popping off in Eugene, homie? So I think that they are taking the wrong approach with this. And, I know there's a lot of people who disagree with Trump because they think that he's doing too much. I don't think that this administration is doing enough. I don't think this administration is doing nearly enough. I think we need mass arrests. I think this is a step in the wrong direction. We'll see where that goes. I want to show you this because I think this dude is hero of the week. So let me know what you guys think about this dude. I'm going to be watching these comments, you guys.
Good evening, cowards. A bunch of fat, ugly women. What? What? They're fat, ugly women is what they are. Let's talk about it.
We're not having that.
You don't have to. Bye.
That ain't free speech.
It's called free speech. Bye.
That's not free speech. That's insulting.
Bye. That's good. Shut up. And we wonder why children are retarded stupid today. We wonder why. We wonder why when we have these pathetic people here called teachers rape the children's mind. That's why you people don't have the brains to see this could be hurting children of the future who are going to grow up and be just as dumb as you people.
So here's the thing is that in a lot of these states, and I live in a state where, so Oregon has some of the worst Like, we are rated one of the worst states. We're in the, like, I think maybe we're the lowest or within the top 3 or 4 lowest in the country for education, right? And a lot of blue states are. And that's because they keep lowering the standards. They lower the standards. And they lower the standards because they're racist, dog. They keep lowering the standards because they want it to be inclusive. And they're basically saying, well, you know, the people of color can't keep up with the old standards of education. So they keep lowering the standards of education. So you're saying that you think that people of color can't keep up because you're racist, and that instead of like inclusion, instead of like giving them extra resources or time, the kids that actually need it, and I'm betting that they would be, you know, a lot of different kids, not just kids of color that would need that extra tutelage to be able to make it. But instead of doing that and getting it to where they have the same standards, you're lowering the standards. So you want to make all the kids stupider. You want to make all the kids less educated. That's not the way we do this, bro. That's not American. That's some bullshit. Serenity said, I paid protesters back in Cali. It 100% happens. What'd you pay protesters to do, dog? What you mean, bro? 45 said Cyrax also beat his grandma. Also, he's been caught in many fishy things where he has been caught. You know what minors for you know that? Oh, so there's more than just Blind Billy. The Cyrax lore goes deeper than him diddling Blind Billy. I don't like that, bro. I don't like that. We're going to look into it. Victor Beal, did you see anything about the shooting in Arizona today involving Border Patrol? Went to school with the guy that was shot. I did not, bro. That's something we need to look into. That's something we need. Thank you for giving me a good thing to look into, homie. Captain Hook said tactical vehicles with tanks of water and lawn sprinklers. Being wet in that cold water is definitely a deterrent. And I've been saying the water cannons. Now, look, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, they're saying that they're using acoustic weapons in Minnesota against protesters. That they did that last night when they were swarming that hotel that they thought Commander Bovino was at. And I want to look into that as well. Quantum Twist, research Adam Swart. Okay. Quantum Twist, the rabbit hole goes far. Dope, dude, dope. 45 said, and they call us conspiracy theorists. Yeah, well, everything's a conspiracy until it proves to be 100% true. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all. Now listen, what I'm about to say might be coming from a place of Florida privilege, because during the pandemic, I was in the state of Florida. I didn't get a single jab, bro. I didn't get no fucking jabs, but we all see what's happening with that now. We all see what's coming out now. Crazy how that was a conspiracy and you were a fucking retard who needed to trust the science if you questioned getting these crazy jabs that they came up with in fucking months of this thing happening. Eric, we need mass arrests, but charges to stick. Thank you, JD. Now, that's a really interesting point, because I was talking to my buddy Chad Quinton last night, and I was voicing my frustration about the administration dragging its feet on making arrests. And he said, listen, the Democrats wanted to move off of emotion, and they did arrests to get the perp walks and to be able to get mug shots and to be able to look like they were doing something. But this administration wants to actually get the convictions, and that's why they're going slow. And I love Chad, and I respect Chad, and I still am a show me something type of person. So I agree with you 100%. I want to see arrests that actually stick. I don't want to see arrests that don't go anywhere. But bro, like, there's so many of these people that have literally live streamed themselves or recorded TikToks of themselves doing crazy shit that it's a slam dunk, bro. It's a slam dunk, and we're not seeing enough arrests. They're not doing enough, bro. Salty Nationalist said, Preddy had a previous run-in a week prior with Border Patrol and ended up with a broken rib. There's more to Preddy's story, way more. So we're going to be going into a little bit more of Preddy's story, but I hadn't seen that. So Salty Nationalist, thank you. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I appreciate that. Mike Zero Source said, off topic, but I returned from Costa Rica and found their coffee is unmatched. Please prove me wrong. Dog, I've always wanted to go to Costa, and I've never gotten to go. I really want to go. Did you like Costa, bro? Where in Costa did you go? Would you recommend anywhere? Chance Stark, you should look into VAHB 863. It protects pedos. Is that out in Virginia? That's the Virginia shit, bro. Yeah, no, we're looking into that for sure, bro. OG Space Viking, what's up, JD? Haven't been getting your live alerts. We should have whipped the water cannons out during the vortex. Water cannon! Bro, I'm a huge fan of the water cannons when it's fucking frosty out, bro. I think that's how we deal with this shit. Chronic cough. FYI, Alex quit his job at the VA to become an agitator. Secondly, the lore of Cyrax is unbelievably wild. God bless you, JD. Stay safe and blessed. So we're going to be looking into that because that's part of, there's a lot of wild rumors spreading around about Alex Preddy right now, just like there were Renee Good. And while I think both these people were out of pocket and what they did was retarded, I want us all to have the factual truth because the truth is important when it comes to these things, man. And Cyrax, I feel like this is going to be a dark rabbit hole. Quantum Twist said, if they want to become commies so bad, they shouldn't have a problem with us using water hoses with blue dye. Exactly, bro. 100%. So, look, I want to show you the level of intellect of the people we're dealing with here, though. I want you to see the level of intellect of people we're dealing with here so you can fully understand and grasp how we got here. This is important to know.
Okay, this is complete bullshit. I used to be able to get at least $80 to $90 of gas in my truck when Biden was in office. Now that Trump's in office, I can only get $57.54 in my tank. Like, what the fuck is going on?
That's crazy. That she did that. She recorded it. She posted it. That's crazy. Eugene, Oregon is destroying a hotel inside the lobby. Hold on. Does anybody have a source where we can does anybody have a source where we can fucking see this? I need to see this. Breaking. Oh shit, 6 seconds ago. My buddy Ryan. Okay. Oh shit, man. That dude's getting sprayed. Oh, that dude's down. Why do they all look like this? Hold on. Let me get this bigger on screen so you guys can truly appreciate this. Why do they all look like this, you guys? Why do they always look... Bro. I mean, that dude's... Let's face it. He's pear-shaped. He's pear-shaped and he looks downsy. He's a downsy, pear-shaped man. What is going on here? Okay, so... Ryan said ICE... agents lawfully restrained Ryan Gaither of Eugene, Oregon, a U.S. citizen and Iraq war veteran. Now I feel bad that I was making fun of him for being pear-shaped after he refused several lawful orders from federal agents. No one is above the law, not even agitators who think the rules don't apply to them. You know, I probably shouldn't feel too bad. Oh shit, dude. This is my city, you guys. This is my city. This is happening right now. Holy shit.
Fuck you, you stupid fucking
Gotta back up, I promise my kids. God damn it. Fuck
Okay, so this is right downtown. I know right where this is. This is right where the old probation office used to be. This is happening in real time right now. This is like posted 30 minutes ago. Let's peep this.
I think so.
No, it's Department of Homeland Security or SRT.
In the blue?
Yeah, it's either Special Response Team or DHS.
God, that one guy's got a machine gun.
Does it have yellow on it at all?
What?
Does it have yellow on it at all? On the gun, is there anything yellow on the gun, especially at the tip?
Oh, I don't see it. I mean, I can't tell if it's a machine
The only
gun.
reason I can see right now is my phone. I can't have my glasses on when I have the sonic breaks to see it. If there's yellow on it, it's a less lethal weapon.
I can't tell because there's somebody standing in front of them.
Yeah. We have seen them have.
So they're violently protesting right here, trying to get them to free people that are in custody.
Let them go!
Let them go! Let them go!
Let them go! Let them go! Let them go! Let them go! Let them go!
So you're crowding a federal building and you're demanding that they release people that are lawfully detained. This is insane behavior, you guys. Imagine if they were doing this and getting violent and freaking out over somebody that was an American citizen. They would fucking go crazy on these protesters. They would arrest all these motherfuckers. Okay, you see that? I see at least one person that's from Portland here. I see at least one person that's from Portland for this shit. Yeah, so I've seen at least one person, even out of everybody that's wearing masks, I could see at least one person that is absolutely from Portland, Oregon, and been participating in the Portland, Oregon stuff. I found a full live stream over on YouTube. We're going to jump over there and see what's going on real quick. No, that's not the right one. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. I want to get this going. Okay. Let's check this out. So there's Los Angeles, Eugene, Oregon.
Mi huevo da miedo, muchachos. Sí, iban personas adentro. No, tú bloquealo, no comentes eso. Me van a bajar mi cuenta. Bloquealo. Bloquea a este también. Bloquea al Sam, no sé cómo puchica se llama. No, porque por culpa de unos 3 comentarios así me van a bajar mi cuenta. Nah. Prefiero silenciarlos o bloquearlos y que no bajen mi cuenta. Nah.
I know.
Now, if it's just been assault, you're looking at the shittiest prison experience ever. No running water. We need to bring back that kind of punishment. For the fucking
And they're such cowards. They wear fucking
Maybe you
masks.
actually
Cover
serve
up
people
their
in it.
bullshit.
I think it's
I love it when they're like, they're cowards, they wear masks, and they're yelling it through a mask. The same people who wore masks in their cars alone during COVID. So, oh, there's another Eugene.
On this specific federal so-called property. By the way, we own it because we pay ass ton of taxes every year, including throughout the year. Actually, we basically freeze your taxes. Anyway, so the point is, we actually pretty much own it, so we pay for it, not you. Everybody donate money. And talking about the people. If we all stop paying taxes, you can get the rest of us. What you gonna do?
I don't plan on paying taxes.
Yeah, I already got shit started.
Roll up your windows.
What's that? The right there?
Where? I'm blind. Hi.
Fuck you!
Keep your windows up. They're gassing.
Fuck you! Yeah, shut your fucking lady, pig!
Keep your windows up. They're gassing. There's gas. Roll your windows up. There's gas.
Okay, so let's see how this started. So because I live outside of town, kind of out in the boonies, this is like 20 minutes from my house.
You want to run around like a chicken with your head cut off?
With like 8 things.
You're doing the Lord's work, man. You're doing the Lord's work.
Well, I mean, you're doing the Lord's work. You're like, I can't.
I don't think any of y'all are doing the Lord's work out here, homie.
At least we're gonna grow old with good knees.
So they're approaching the federal building now. I wish there would have been some, I wish I would have known this was going to happen before this happened.
I don't know how close we can get.
Well, I would be careful of that. I would concentrate over here because if these people high sleeves, they exit over here.
Yeah, I know. I just saw the crowd coming. No, they just said someone got released.
Oh, did you want to go up there?
Aren't we supposed to stay off?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, is this the driveway specifically to the federal building? I mean, Eve's up there, but...
Yeah, I know, but
So far, everything I've seen is just lawful protest.
Carrying me from different limbs. And then once I was inside the building, they put me on the ground and they were sitting on my legs and kind of hyperextending my ankles. And they really scuffed and bruised up my body.
What was going through your mind while that was happening?
Complaining about getting detained and clearly released.
Yeah, that was going to be my suggestion. Yeah, because I might need. Well, I can charge the batteries, but I might need some more mic batteries and maybe an extra big battery in case
I have some mic batteries.
Well.
And it looks like this whole video that the news posted cut out before it actually went crazy, which doesn't shock me at all. You never hear about anything violent in the news in Oregon like that. It's always just they show the peaceful shit and then cut out.
Mandamos mucha dije a las 7:30, falta poquito.
You guys, hold on. Mods are gay as fuck. I didn't see the comment, but I just want you to know, if you're pissing off my mods, you're gonna get the binky. You're gonna get the little binky. You're gonna put it in your mouth, get the little sucky, get some yum 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 yum. If Dr. Dre Light has to call you a fucking moron, bro, you know you done fucked up. You know you need to yum 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 yum. Throat it, bro. Throat it. So like this doesn't look that hectic. I heard, and someone in the chat said that they were tearing up a hotel. I haven't seen that in the lives available anywhere. Doesn't mean it's not happening. You know, that's the same tired ass chant, bro. They be doing that chant non-stop, constantly. Who streets? Tommy Streets. Delana. They should let the very nice dogs out. Yeah, send in the fur missiles, bro. Give them the Belgian Malinois. Christian said, let's not forget he was carrying a P320. Just saying, ND. Yeah, it very well could have been just a misfire, negligent discharge, bro. Christy Grimm, hello, sis. Hey, JD just joined. Greetings from the UP. Weather is frozen up here. Much love to you and Jax. So have you heard any update on Cyrax for threatening ICE? I have not. I have not, sis. First off, huge love and respect to you. Huge love. I haven't. And it seems like a surefire, like, just go pick him up. And that's what I'm talking about when I say that I'm like a little bit like disheartened with the performance of this administration. Like that's like a open and shut case. He gave them everything they need. Darth said, ICE there looked like posing with a trophy deer. As a vet myself, not sorry. Okay, hey, thank you so much for your fucking service, bro. Big love to you. Mike Zero Source said, I recommend La Fortuna and Miguel Anthony Antino National Park. I did my polar bear plunge there. Yes. The rules are to jump in the ocean during winter time, so this counts. I stayed in for the water for 30 minutes, bro. That's sick. Martinez, cool girl. I see you, sis. I love you. Inevitable safety brief. Me, Kate, and our Silver Lab are watching you go off. Keep doing your thing, boss, and bringing out the enlightenment. Any thoughts on joining the Pepperbox crew where you can lay it all out? I would honestly, I think that it's heading there for sure, so that I can actually do some unedited, uncensored content. I think Pepperbox is probably the answer, man. Eric said, no, you shouldn't feel bad, JD. These people are totally misguided. Yeah, I just, when it's a veteran and I'm calling them pear-shaped and shit, bro, listen, I know a lot of veterans. A lot of them have a lot of things that are going on internally, emotionally, PTSD-wise. I don't know what led him to be where he's at. I don't have to agree with what he's doing. But I don't want to make fun of veterans the same way I would make fun of couch commandos or minivan militia type people. Serenity said, Google Silicon Valley Grim Reaper protest. We hired them a few times. That was 2017, 2008. Same company went political in 2020. Holy shit, bro. Holy shit. Okay. Quantum Twist. You are literally watching paid protesters and you can't believe it's happening. I didn't say I don't believe it, bro. I didn't say I don't believe it. I said, I've seen people that are in Portland, in Seattle, in Washington, D.C. Now I'm seeing some of the same ones in Eugene. I'm not doubting you, homie. T-Man, are those people brain dead? Yes. Doing shit like this is a good way to get martial law in those cities. Surprised that hasn't happened yet in these blue cities. Well, that's the thing. And that's why I don't think this administration has balls. Because they have ways of dealing with this and they're just not. Emma Daisy, what's up, sis? Hey, JD, it wasn't ICE with Preddy. It was Border Patrol and DHS. Why are the media ignoring that? Love you, bro, because it doesn't fit the narrative. Because what they want to do, they're trying to defund ICE. They need to centralize and focus all of their propaganda and all of their hatred towards one group that they're trying to get rid of. And they know that out of these groups, the one they're most likely to be able to try to get a lot of political pressure to shut down would be ICE. And that would help them. They need these illegals to be able to win their votes. They need them to be able to do their fraud. So that's where they're focusing all of their fucking hatred and shit. Quantum Twist said, get up with Nick, expose these protesting financiers and solve the problem. Simple. Well, here's the thing is that we can report on it, just like you saw with the fraud and there's been no arrests, just like you see with the Signal Gate that Cam Higbee just unveiled. And, that was just super recently, so I don't expect arrests that quickly. But, we don't see a lot of follow through. We can expose it, but I can't go out and arrest people, unfortunately, yet. Cowboy Up, I sent you a DM on Insta. It could maybe help. Thank you so much, Cowboy Up. Christy Grimm, is it true that Preddy was fired from the VA? I heard from a source that he was mistreating veterans. Can you please verify? Thank you, JD. Christy Grimm, I'm glad that we're talking about this because this is one of those things where I would have loved to be able to report that this dude was a weapons grade piece of shit. It would have been a great thumbnail. It would have got a lot of views, but I'm never going to do that if it's not the correct information. So no, he was still currently gainfully employed at the VA. He never had any of those types of allegations that are documented on paper. Now, if something happened behind the scenes and they kept it hush-hush, then that's a possibility. But as far as what's on paper, I thoroughly worked on that story today, trying to vet the information. And there's nothing that I could see anywhere that would verify that. And in fact, everything that I've seen actually debunks that information. So that's one thing that I very much wanted to talk about tonight. And I will be making a video on tomorrow. Thank you. Mike Zero Source. Dude, for a vacation spot, you can wake up seeing a volcano. Tell me how sick that is. That is mad sick, bro. Hell yeah. I really want to go to Costa, bro. Quantum Twist. The ones that are not getting paid are being manipulated by the ones who are getting paid. Absolutely. No, absolutely. And that's the thing is these people are so volatile. These people are so emotive. You know, it's been proven statistically, people that lean more to the right, they are more logic, fact, and evidence-based. People on the left are more emotion, how I feel, what reaction inside this makes me have. So they're much easier to get out into the streets to do retarded shit and put their lives at risk. If you play on those emotions, there's a psychology behind this, you guys. They know what they're doing. They very much know what they're doing. Alan Blackwell said, just wondering, does anybody know how much these paid protesters are making? So look, we've seen Craigslist ads, but the problem with seeing Craigslist ads is that I can go on my phone and I can make a Craigslist ad right now. And really, somebody needs to go in and actually follow through on some of these Craigslist ads and try to get hired and do an expose on if they get responses or if these things are just clickbait that people are making for their own videos, for views, because a lot of these influencers will do super disingenuous shit like that. And so I haven't seen anybody do that. And the next time I find a Craigslist ad, I'm going to actually research it and do an expose on that. Matt said, funny how these retards never come to a state like mine. Oh, wait, we still have rights in my state. Country road, take me home. Facts, dog, facts. And I believe that you're in Texas, man, which is dope. I love Texas and Florida. Mike Zero Source. Also, the food is fresh from the farms. Costa Rica breakfasts are awesome. Fresh bananas and fresh mangoes. I am a mango, bro. I'm a slut for mango. I'm not going to lie. I am absolutely a mango slut. Death Messenger said, with the news of Alex Preddy having issues with ICE the previous week, it makes sense to me that he went with the intent on killing ICE agents, hence the extra mags and reaching for his gun. At the point, and if you watched my video, I froze the frame, and you can very clearly see he reaches back. When he's reaching back, he's reaching right to where his gun was. Now, I don't believe that he knew that he was disarmed at this point. I also don't believe that any of the officers involved knew that he was disarmed at this point. So I believe in my heart, his intention was he was reaching for that gun. So I think that you are very right in that final moment. He was reaching to do damage. The Lone Wolf, what up, Bubba? Morning, JD. Ready to go to work I am. Get it. Have a great day, brother. Quantum Twist said, there's a building near your house where they get together, discuss payment, and then they go out and yell bullshit until they clock out. Do you know where that building is, brother? Do you know where that building is? I would love to figure out how they're congregating over here, because they have to have something like a signal chat over here. They're doing it in Minnesota. We know that. There's got to be one here on the West Coast. I'm going to start researching that. I'm going to start trying to find that out, because you know that it's happening. Uncle Buck Rogers, life is so chill here in the Texas countryside. Sometimes I just have to get on the live stream to feel some anxiety. My dog. Glad this stuff isn't a part of my everyday life. God bless JD and everyone else. And like, honestly, bro, I'm not going to lie. I don't live inside town, and I rarely go into town. I have smaller towns that are by me that I choose to go to before I would go into Eugene. I only go into Eugene if I need like a doctor's appointment, a tattoo, or if I'm going out to get a steak. That's really about it, bro. Quantum Twist said, the ones who actually act interested are the ones who are being manipulated by the paid actors. Yep, that clocks, bro. Eric said, whose streets? American streets. Hell yeah. Martinez, cool girl, so good to see you, sis. It's been a minute. I love you. We missed you. The Lone Wolf said, watch out who you go on dates with. There are nurses who work at hospitals and daycares who say they will dox pro-ICE people and pro-ICE agents. I actually have a very disturbing video queued over on X that we're going to be reviewing, where they're talking about ways to assault and terrorize ICE agents. And it's from a nurse who's trying to get other medical staff to go out and use these methods. Bear Claw said, News wanted Preddy to have more American features. I'm not entirely sure what you're getting at with that. Oh, you mean when they photoshopped his face? Yeah. Oh, absolutely, dog. Absolutely. That was super disingenuous of them, bro. Like, they changed they did a clavicular style ascend on that dude with Photoshop, bro. It was crazy. Ken Smith, off topic, but it did my black heart some good when you called out Diaper Sniper Cyrax. It hurt his feelings so bad. Keep up the good work. Yes. Yes. Does anybody know? Has he seen that video? Has he said anything? I need to thoroughly go after that dude, bro. I need to derail that dude's whole life. I need to fuck that dude's shit up. Quantum Twist said a masked protester gets $200 a day. An unmasked protester gets $300 to $350 a day. That's crazy that the pay is determined by the masked or the unmasked. Bro, Quantum, that's firework right there, bro. Holy shit. $200 to $350 a day to go out there and just be a fucking belligerent asshole. That's wild. Todd Terrell said BLM has been an organization. Miramac is running stuff now. Same story, different communist organizations. And bro, yeah, at the heart of all this shit is it's all communism, bro. At the heart of all this shit, bro. That's exactly what's happening with all of this shit. And it's gross, bro. Remember back in the day in America where we used to fucking hate commies? What happened with that? Because that shit was lit, bro. We used to go after communists in some cool ways in this country, and I felt like we were a better country for it. I really did, bro. So, you know, I know that they're trying to spin the narrative and trying to make it to where it seems like Hispanics and blacks are all against ICE and these deportations. So I want to present a couple things. Dudes Drones! My guy, what's up, homie? Thank you so much for the support, big dog. Love you to death, man. Hell yeah. We're going to real quick present a couple of the homies of mine, and we're going to see what they have to say about it, because they're saying that if you support ICE, you're a white supremacist. So this dude is a vato. You know what I'm saying? This is a cholo right here. He doesn't look like no white supremacist to me, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get this right. Y'all want me to be mad at ICE for getting rid of illegal migrants when y'all didn't get mad at illegal migrants for getting rid of them.
Fucking mic drop. Mic drop right there. Rest in peace to these beautiful souls whose lives were taken. Some of them were raped by illegal migrants.
Please explain to me how that shit worked. Y'all call MAGA pedophile supporters. But if you support illegal aliens who are actual pedophiles, you not a pedophile supporter. Y'all are calling anybody on the right bootlickers because we want ICE to do their job. But they made y'all wear masks and show proof to get on planes. And you took it like a good little bitch.
Now look, man, if it makes me a bootlicker to want the kids, little girls, young women in America to be safe, then motherfucker. If that's what you're defining as a bootlicker these days, motherfucker, guess what? I'm in. I'll be a bootlicker if that's what it means to want kids to be safe from this type of fucked up shit happening. You know what I'm saying? If it makes me a racist to want our country to be able to be safe and, for us to be able to have the culture and the principles and the laws that this country was founded upon, so fucking be it, homie. But I'm not the only one. And white folks ain't the only ones neither. Christy Grimm said, hey, brother, thank you so much for clarifying all this. We love you up north. Gonna sign off. And hey, not all CrossFitters are a-holes. This community has been positive and helped me through a lot of negativity. Thanks again. Sister, I love you. I don't believe all CrossFitters are assholes. I have friends that are CrossFitters, and they would probably run circles around me when it comes to cardio and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just big and dumb, and I just like to lift heavy shit and then put it down. But I love you, and I appreciate you. And thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Sleuth said, if you are armed and you approach law enforcement or they approach you, tell them you are armed. Common sense matters. That is 1,000%. And it is common sense. You don't have to be that smart to be able to understand that. That's crazy. Kevin Poprock said, just finished watching Black Phone and Black Phone 2 with my lady. Super spooky, 5 stars, Wood Chipper 2028. Kevin Poprocks, I needed recommendations, homie. Thank you. Because me and Jax are orphaned for shows right now, waiting on new episodes to come out of Gangs of London, which is sick, by the way. If you haven't watched Gangs of London, fuck with Gangs of London. Trip out on that shit, man. Azriel said, let's be real. If they got chin checked, they'll go home. That's huge facts. And Gerald said, we aren't bootlickers. We are the boot, motherfucker. Hell yeah. That's my dog right there. So Grimsy, back to Grimsy.
So I'm a traitor to my race, and I want to be white. I'm half white, by the way. I don't know if y'all knew that. But I'm a traitor to my race because I want illegal pedophiles and murderers and drug dealers and drug smugglers and human traffickers to go back home. Shit, I think you a traitor to your race for not going back home. Y'all never gave a fuck about the Lake and Rileys of the world. You know, she wanted to be a nurse too. So if you mad at ICE, that says all we need to know about you. But me, word to my boy Hail to the King. I think they're doing pretty good.
Hell yeah, bro. Big shout out to Grimsy, bro. Hell yeah. That's what's up. And then we have another fine gentleman who's going to break something down to us. We're going full representation in this bitch, man. We're going to go DEI. We're going to let everybody represent. We're going to let everybody voice their opinion here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Chase, I love that. What race is that? Human race. Hell yeah. Let's hear from this dude, man. This dude nails this shit. I love this shit.
I just searched for a bulletproof fucking vest. I spent a year wearing one in Baghdad. And here I am 20 fucking years later, searching for one because my government wants to fucking kill me.
They want to kill you?
Government wants to kill you? Huh. Wait, hold the heck on. I was told that the government wants to kill me. I've been told all my life that the government wants to kill black people, right? And BLM even said that we're being targeted. Actually, LeBron James said that as soon as blacks leave our houses, we are being targeted, huh? But now here you are, and the narrative is that the government wants to kill you, white progressive liberal.
It's crazy how being a professional victim can be a whole personality these days. Being a victim is a whole personality these days to fucking mayonnaise-flavored, mediocre, pear-shaped white bitches, dog.
So I am so confused and perplexed as to who's being targeted here. Is it black people like me or the white progressive liberals like you? Or I have a great idea here. Maybe it's neither, huh? And maybe everyone needs to stop attacking law enforcement officers and showcasing a propensity for violence against them while obstructing justice during these very tense law enforcement operations while being armed and wielding weapons, which includes vehicles, huh? Maybe that. Now my uncle, right, who's in his 60s now, as a matter of fact, who's been black his entire life, mind you, he's told me that he's avoided getting shot his entire life by not antagonizing people with guns, okay?
No fucking way! You're kidding me! You can avoid being shot by not being a retard.
So maybe instead of buying a vest, right, white progressive liberal, maybe you should invest in something called a brain.
That was lit. I enjoyed that ending. Probably way more than I should. That was great. Now here is my buddy Jeffrey Mead, man. I don't know if Jeffrey Mead knows he's my buddy or not, but I want him to break this down to you as to exactly why they're freaking out so hard. Why is it so important for them to have illegal migrants here? He's going to break this down. This got retweeted, by the way, by Elon Musk.
Look at this above my head. This is the 2030 apportionment forecast, which will be based off the 2030 census. So this is predicting if states will increase in electoral votes, decrease in electoral votes, or stay the same. If you pay attention, every single state that's decreasing in electoral votes is blue. Essentially, every state that's green is either red or trending red. You can argue or debate about Georgia, but my overall point still stands. This is terrifying for Democrats, and I'll explain why. This is also likely why Joe Biden let in millions upon millions of illegal immigrants and why we've seen Democrats fighting us so hard to enforce our immigration laws and deport these illegal immigrants. So 3 things are converging at once right now. The first one is people are moving from blue states to red states. The only reason California has been seeing consistent population gains is due to international migration to California. Americans are moving out of California to red states. And again, why is this important? Because of apportionment. So let's take this as...
Just please, I want to stipulate, as somebody who spent a lot of time in the state of Florida, and I want to throw this out there for my homies in Texas. I'm looking at you, Kyle Rittenhouse, who's texting me right now. I'm looking at you, who lives in Texas. Please, if you are going to abandon the blue state that you live in because it's gotten terrible and you want to still vote the same way you voted, do not go to Texas or Florida. Do not go there. They are full. If you're going to vote that way, they're full. If you're not, and you're going to bring something to the table, then that might be different. You know what I'm saying? Talk to somebody who lives there currently. But just understand, if you are planning on moving somewhere because you fucked up your own state and you want to keep voting for that same shit that fucked up your own state, don't go to Florida or Texas. I'm hearing Tennessee. You're not welcome in Wyoming. Don't California my Texas. Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Krusty Shackelford, my dog. What's up, Bubba? How you doing?
Step back and let's just talk about off the jump when it comes to presidential elections. Electoral votes. Republicans start at an advantage when it comes to electoral votes, meaning there are more solid red states than there are solid blue states. So depending on how you look at it, Republicans start with around a 240 electoral vote baseline before the election even really begins. That's baked in. Democrats start with around a 200 to 210 electoral vote baseline. Republicans already have the advantage there, and that's essentially just off the rip. So let's think about this. I'm going to go back a little bit. First thing, Republicans already have a baked-in advantage when it comes to the Electoral College. They already start closer to 270 than Democrats do. Again, this is based off of solid red states versus solid blue states. Now, here's the second thing. Individuals are moving out of blue states and moving to red states.
So I got a question for y'all that are in Texas. I already know my Florida people don't even need to answer. My people in Texas and all these other states that are saying, don't fucking come here. I got a question for y'all. When I'm getting ready to move, can I come? Can I move to Texas? I already know my dudes in the Unsub podcast. They're already like, yeah, move to fucking Texas, bro. Get out here. JT from Black Rifle Coffee Company. You know what I'm saying? Heavy Duty Country, Jesse on Fire. They all want me to move out there. Y'all give me permission? Am I allowed to move to Texas? I already know Florida's going to say, fuck yeah, get back here, Bubba.
Which then in 2030, from then on, for the next 10 years, it will increase red states' electoral vote baseline. So once 2030 starts, the advantage for Republicans will even be larger. Now let's add the third thing, which is voter registration. Democrats are losing a ton of voters. Independents are gaining a ton of voters at Democrats' expense, and Republicans are gaining in voter registration. So now let's add those three things. Democrats have a lower baseline when it comes to electoral votes. The census shifts are going to lower their baseline even further when it gets to 2030. And they're having registration issues. They're losing voters. What is one way to offset this? Immigration. Remember, the census counts bodies, not citizens. So when Trump is deporting immigrants, this is harming Democrats because, again, they want to have a bunch of illegal immigrants in this country because it helps them protect the structure. They don't want to lose electoral votes. Well, if people are moving out of their states, what's the way they can increase their population? Import people. They don't want their baseline when it comes to electoral votes lowered. Again, import people. This is essentially one of the most effective ways they can fight back to stop the underlying structure from changing that would disadvantage them even further. This is why they're fighting us enforcing our immigration laws so aggressively, because it is existential for them in many ways.
They need it to survive. They need it to stay in power. If they don't have these migrants, they're not going to stay in power. Now, I want to read to you guys. I'm going to do this. Sorry, Kyle, I'm putting you out there. But Kyle Rittenhouse just texted me. He said, answer to your question, you're always welcome, and I got a guest room for you and the lady whenever you're here. So I see a lot of you are saying it's okay for a JD to come to Texas. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Somebody said they think Black Rifle Coffee Company is woke. When did Black Rifle Coffee Company turn woke? What do you got? What do you mean, bro? When did Black Rifle Coffee Company turn woke? These cats don't look woke to me. Who said that? Who said, I'm going to tell JT, y'all. I'm going to tell JT.
Hold up. Someone's down there.
Who?
It's JT. He'll be fine. Hey! That almost hit me! But did you die? No. No. See, he's fine.
That shit's sick. That's out of JT's ranch, man. I love it out there. That place is absolutely beautiful. I don't think these dudes is woke, man. I think whoever said that was tripping. Yeah, Black Rifle Coffee Company, these dudes are dope, man. These dudes are dope. These dudes are dope dudes. I love these guys. The AK Espresso, I don't see a lot of woke people naming their coffee after fucking AKs, homie. I'm just gonna be, and of course we got Ethan here. We got Ethan here.
Let's show him how Grandpappy did it in WW2.
Yeah, I'm gonna call bullshit on these dudes being woke, man. Cause I happen to know these dudes. And God, bro, they have some of the best advertising ever. Like, peep this shit. Peep this shit.
We are gold for energy.
Morning sunshines!
That shit makes me want to drink some fucking coffee through my nose. I mean, wait, what? What I just said? So let's listen to this fucking violently retarded, absolute fucking child molester, bro. Absolute child molester. This dude, now look, he hasn't been convicted, and I'm not saying that he has been convicted of anything. What I'm saying is that I believe this dude has diddled kids.
I would beat the shit out of him now if I could, and I would call that out. I mean, that's just different. In verbally going at it, my argument is much better. In making the case that housing prices are up because of immigration and that we should build on federal lands, it was such a crazy thing. But then when I watched him, I got sucked into that. And if you remember, this was right in that moment of eating dogs and cats. I took that bait and thought that that was the argument of how outrageous it was. That was not the argument.
And he said that your cops are liars. He said that the
ICE
ICE agents aren't.
They all did. That's exactly right. That this is the problem with them. And well, the president said it, that we told them to stand down. Do you think they would do that? Do you think that police would not protect citizens, no matter if I'm like, oh, don't do this? Yes. Well, this is the whole paradox with these guys. They don't back the blue. They don't back police. January 6th proved that. Fanone and the rest of those guys will tell you that. They back the blue when you're with them.
So I've watched my friends out there in Minneapolis get swarmed by violent fucking criminals multiple times and call 911 and ask for help. So do I think they would stand down when it's time to protect citizens? Absolutely. This dude is a performative ass clown. Now, okay, so I'm just going to say this. Sorry, Ryan. Sorry, I'm on a live. I'm just going to say this because my dude Kyle just put me up on game. To dive into the woke allegations on Black Rifle Coffee, it all stemmed from when I was on trial, and I posted a picture in a Black Rifle Coffee company shirt, and Black Rifle said they're holding to put an opinion out until after I'm acquitted, which I don't blame them for, and they came out in full support after I was acquitted. Me and Matt Best are good friends, and I even have a Black Rifle Company tattoo on my wrist. That's from Kyle Rittenhouse right there. Just text me. I saw that, bro. I'm on a live, period. I can't find any good live footage of anything except peaceful protesting, period. If I'm going to put it on my live, I want to see Space Monkey shooting himself into the butthole of getting pepper sprayed, tear gassed, and tased. Okay, so, you guys, I see where some of this is coming from. They donated to the Democrats. What? Hold on. Hey, Siri, did Black Rifle Coffee Company donate to the Democratic Party? Black Rifle Coffee Company has not made direct donations to the Democratic Party. However, some of its employees have contributed to the Democratic candidates and organizations, such as a $500 donation to Tulsi Gabbard's 2020 campaign. I kind of fuck with Tulsi Gabbard, bro. I kind of fuck with Tulsi Gabbard. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. What are we seeing right here? What did Ryan send me? Oh. Oh, dude, they got the squad out. They got the whole squad out. Ryan, thank you for sending me this, bro. Damn. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, Eugene is crazy, bro. I like Tulsi. I fuck with Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, if that makes me a fucking weirdo or whatever, I think Tulsi Gabbard is, I think she's based. I think she actually cares about the country. You know, and I think she's lit, to be honest. Milkman said, go show at Hardway Kai some love. Recovering, and he has a pity named Jax. That's what's up, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's what's up. Speaking of Jax, ladies and gentlemen, we have my beautiful co-hostess, my beautiful wife, my best friend. She is in the chat. We were just conversing with Kyle Rittenhouse over text because he refuses to come on my live streams because he's scared that liberals are going to get mad at him. But he has been texting me. Sorry, Kyle never said that. I'm not trying to do that to Kyle.
I was going to say, that doesn't sound like him at all.
No. And he just texted me, Tulsi is now a Republican. Jax, how are you?
Hi. I heard that someone has a pity named Jax, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Hardway Kai
Nice.
has a pity named Jax. Yes.
Love that.
So Tulsi has come over to the Republican side of things, which you love to see it. You love to see it because I really genuinely think that she's based. What do you think, Jax? You got real quiet.
Yeah, I don't talk about this stuff in public.
Okay.
I'm a lady.
Yeah. All right. Well, we love you, sweetie. OG Space Viking said, to be fair, I bought a full kit because of what I see coming too. And honestly, bro, if I was allowed to buy the things that I wanted to buy, I'd have a much different studio. Y'all ever seen Brandon Herrera's studio? Kyle said, tell them I'll be on tomorrow night. Call out worked. Yes. Yes. I just bullied Kyle into coming on with us tomorrow night. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night we're going to have a special guest. Kyle Rittenhouse will be joining us for a live stream, and we're going to chop it up, and it's going to be pretty wild. I want to show you guys this. I want to show you exactly what I would have if I was to have me, where is it? Where's old boy's studio? Come on. I want to show you what my studio would look like if I had Second Amendment rights. Bro really does not have a single picture of him in his studio on his X. Bro, you're slipping, but that dog is cute. That dog is cute. This man is a sensual bastard. I'm not going to lie. No homo, but Brandon, that man is a smooth looking dude. By the way, if you live in Texas in the 23rd district and you're not voting for Brandon Herrera for Congress, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing with your life, but this dude, if you're voting for Tony Gonzalez, I'm going to call into question your sexuality. I'm going to call into question your common sense thinking, and I'm going to call into question your every stuff, bro. Your every stuff. We need us some Brandon Herrera. Oh man, look at that. Look at those beautiful bastards, bro. Here we go. Nope, still not anything from his studio. I really wanted to show you his studio because that's what my studio would look like if I had me some Second Amendment rights. I would be way broker if they let me have my Second Amendment rights. I can tell you that right now. I would be a broke bitch if they let me buy the things I wanted to buy.
So this is the left's latest threat against our president.
It is not against the law to kidnap a president and their wife.
It is not an invasion. It's not a declaration of war. It's not an act of war. It's not against international law. It's completely legal. It's completely legal. It's completely legal.
So you do realize that Nicolas Maduro had 3 federal indictments out for him. He was a wanted man. Left is constantly saying how educated they are and how much smarter they are than Republicans. And then you make a video like that. It's embarrassing. As an American citizen, I'm embarrassed that you are an American citizen. You have lost your fucking minds. He was a dictator who starved his people.
And I want to bring this up. Biden put a $25 million bounty on his head, with Trump up to $50 million. This dude had $50 million on his head for his capture. That's absolutely crazy. That's absolutely crazy, man. Kyle just sent me pictures of Brandon in his studio. I've been in Brandon's studio, man. I fucking loved it. It was so great. It was so hard not to touch anything. I told him it was a joke. I was like, I have to keep my hands in my pockets. When a felon is in Brandon's studio, he's got to keep his hands in his pockets. Oh my Lord. And Ballad of the Cats. He told Trump, come get me. How you gonna put yourself in that fucking situation?
Is Trump starving you? Are you hungry? Fucking weirdos.
Yeah, bitch need to eat a Snickers. Bitch needed to eat a Snickers. One of the more disturbing things that I've seen in a long time, you guys. Where did that go? Here it is. I want you guys to see what's happening. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. These are the people, just so you know, that call you a bootlicker for not agreeing with them. These are the people who call you a bootlicker for not agreeing with them. Watch this.
Oh, I like these. Thank you. I'm privileged too. Thank you, I'm privileged.
She's kissing his fucking boots and saying, thank you, I like these, I'm privileged. Thank you, Mr. Black Man, for letting me kiss your boots.
To do this, thank you. Thank you.
Lord sees what you're doing and he considers this a great thing to do.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Just one more. This is the last one.
Can I have a hug too at the end?
You gotta ask Cap for that. You gotta ask Cap on that.
She can kiss his fucking boots, but he won't give her a hug. Bitch, you gonna have to kill me. You gonna have to kill me. These are the people that call you a bootlicker. Just so you know.
This is the Lord's work right here, man. This is the Lord's work right here.
Holy
and this
shit.
is a good white woman, man. She's showing her deeds, man, to the Lord, man. And the most...
It is, right here. There you go. Mr. White Man, get in.
That was probably a couple, and they probably went back to a hotel that had a chair that faced the bed, and dude probably watched them all run train on his bitch, dog. For sure, run train on his bitch, dog. This is crazy.
White women, if you get these white people a hand, man. Keep on coming.
He's smiling and laughing. I kissed somebody's boots.
Keep on coming. Keep on coming, Mr. White Man. Keep on going. Keep on going, man. Most High in Christ, man. You understand? Now, they showing what it means to really salute.
They're kissing every black dude's there's boots. That's fucking horrible, bro. These are the people that call you and me bootlickers.
A prophet and an...
Oh, I like these.
Damn, bro, I can't. That's too much. I need to wash that taste out of my mouth with a little Valentina Gomez. I don't know about y'all, but I need to see something that's not fucking retarded.
This is an AR-15, and it takes a person to take it apart, put it back together, rackets, and pull the trigger. But these are not the problem. It's all the Muslims that are fulfilling the jihad, and they will not rest until every Christian, Jew, and Hindu are dead. Rhode Island and Australia have some of the strictest gun laws that I've ever seen. These criminals don't care about your stupid gun laws and gun-free zones. So if you want to keep celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah, and New Year's, vote me into Congress so I can actually make Texas the worst place for terrorist Muslims to live in, so help me God. Remember, for me, this is just an election, and I'm very well protected. But for you, this is your life.
Valentina Gomez, powered by Jesus Christ. That shit's lit, bro. That shit's lit. Oh, yeah, I feel better now. I needed that after that. I genuinely needed that after that. Imagine working for ICE while being black and gay. Like, this is embarrassing. Okay, Danny, let's see what this is.
No, he's here. He's right here.
Oh, don't touch my fucking car. Back up. Don't touch my car.
Don't cuss. But you're not gonna do nothing.
Don't touch my car.
No, you don't do what you fuck you want.
I don't care. Don't touch my car.
This ain't your car. That's her car or his car. That's not your car.
If he needs assistance,
Why can't she say something?
What you ask?
But why can't? So what's your badge
the window
number?
is down and you
What
have
is
to
your
put it up.
badge number?
Señor, necesita ayuda. ¿Cuál es su nombre?
Let's allow him to say something. Come on, man. Just use a little.
Señor, ¿cuál es su nombre?
Don't touch her.
I will lock your ass up.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Bro. Oh, see, this is why I could not be in law enforcement. Because I'm going to give her the spicy air, homie. I'm going to give her the spicy air, and then I'm going to zip tie her. And I'm going to throw her in the back seat, and she's going to fucking jail. Like she should. The second she touched my car, second she touched me, second she obstructed my operation, she's going to fucking jail.
No, you won't. No, you won't. For what?
And it's crazy because the caption on this is making it seem like this liberal right here. Imagine working for ICE while being black and gay. Like, this is embarrassing. So is it bad to be gay now for these liberals? That's crazy. But I want to show you the IQ of these people that we're dealing with. Yet again, I want to show you the IQ of the people that we're dealing with here. Check this chick out. She's wearing a mask because she needs to protect her identity.
Could you spell and pronounce your name for me?
Yeah, it's Christina with a CH, and then Maimone, M-A-I-M-O-N-E.
You have your face covered. Is there a reason for that?
Yes, because there's been a lot of really fascist responses to protesting under this administration, and we don't really know who's going to show up or what's going to happen. So,
well, thank God that you wore that fucking COVID mask to protect your identity, Christina. Thank God that you've covered your ass like that. Holy shit, bro. These are real people. I just want you to understand that woman's vote counts the same as yours does. Now, over here on Signalgate, we got my homeboy Cam Higbee. Happy birthday, Cam! Showing us what they're doing in these Signal video chat rooms. You're the devil, JD. Thank you, love thy neighbor. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You know what I got for you? A little binky binky. You can get a sucky sucky off the binky binky, put it in your throat and go dub 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 dub. Dub 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 dub. All right, so this is his advice for the people in there. We're going to go out and take terroristic illegal actions against ICE agents. This is what they're doing.
But two different ways of moving that can be very helpful if you're involved in something very stressful. One would be like a shaking. So if you might be like, oh, my body would just like to, and just shake it off. So you don't have to do that if that's not what your body is calling you. But if you are, let it happen. This is real.
This is what my fucking dog does when my dog is worked up. My dog shakes it off, bro. This is a real person. This is a real human being. Yo, breaking news. John Fetterman is changing parties to GOP from Democrat. Is he really? Because that dude is fucking based. That dude is fucking based. I like John Fetterman, bro. I liked him ever since. Wait, is this? Speaking of John, peep game.
I mean, so relieved. I think my party crossed a line of now putting 42 million Americans with their SNAP benefits, and making flying less safe and that kinds of chaos, and not paying our military. I mean, that was a red line for me that I can't cross as a Democrat. And I think that's been described, country over the party. And now that I think that's been the truth throughout it, and it's only wrong to shut our government down, and I'm relieved. But the people now that are going to get paid and fed, and millions of Americans, they're going to be flying now, that's going to be made more safe and restored.
So, I mean, he's based. I haven't heard about him switching sides, but he's based. This is going to be a hard watch for you guys, man. This lady on X, Ray, is she's out there. She's super based though. She's super based. Black community. Why are the police racist against us? Exhibit A. This is a black woman who's using this video as a call out. I'm warning you now, this is a hard watch, you guys. This is a hard watch.
Here's the court number.
I'm not touching that ticket that you're illegally issuing me. You weren't even here to assess the crash, yet you trying to tell me that I gotta have a ticket.
Look at your car.
I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Don't touch me.
If you
Don't
want, we can
fucking
ask
touch
on your
me.
Sterling Heights
Don't
warrants.
fucking touch me. Go ask, cause the bitches is paid. Go ask. They wouldn't even issue me a new license. You see them tickets on there?
You're
Don't
getting a
fucking
ticket.
touch me. No, I'm not. No, the fuck I'm not, cause I was not
It's
speeding.
in the system. So
That is ice.
Well,
All of this is ice. If I stop my car, I
Sorry.
still would have slid.
Now they hate other forms of ice. That's crazy. Ryan, so I saw that you popped up. There's a live stream on TikTok. Let me see if I can get that here in a second.
the ticket says too
Are
fast.
you serious, bitch?
It says
Get the fuck out my
conditions.
face.
It says
Get the fuck
conditions.
out my face.
You're the
Get
one-
the
you're
fuck
approaching us,
out my
man.
face. Get the fuck
Officer
out my
Burton
face.
is gonna
Away
need-
from my car. Get the fuck on.
So I'm gonna
Get the fuck on.
I'm gonna verbally
Get the
serve you
fuck
this ticket.
on.
So 26800641, Ms. Dejanay Clark, you're being
You're not giving me
formally
shit.
notice of driving.
I can't hear you.
African position.
I can't hear you. La 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 la.
You don't want your
La 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 la.
I can
La 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 la. Get the fuck on. Bitch voice. Trying to make some money. You trying to make some money for your motherfucking department. So bitch ass on. This is real life shit and I'll beat your ass. I'll really beat your ass. I'll really beat your ass.
Damn, dog. I can't imagine why they would have some sort of an adverse reaction when people are treating them that way. That's crazy. I love this. I love this. That's what's up. That's what's up right there. And this to me just nails it, bro. Dear Tim Walls, I'm mad at you from Pam Bondi. Can we get an arrest? Can we get a perp walk? Can we get some federal charges? Now, I need to find this footage because this shit is dope and I saw somebody asking for it. And yes, of course, we're going to talk about it. Ilhan Omar is crazy. Now, I'm not saying that I endorse this type of behavior, but I believe wholeheartedly she would do this to any of us. Watch this.
Impeachment.
Did you see that? Watch. He sprays her with some shit.
I don't know.
Oh my God, he sprayed
I need a
something
napkin.
on her.
I need a napkin to know nothing.
So you could hear her say, I don't know what it is, but it smells bad. So here's my question, and I want to run a poll on this, you guys, because I think that I think a lot of people feel the same way I feel about this. So hold on, come on, pull me up. Pull me up. Don't say pull me up, bro. Don't. That's sketch. You can't say sus shit like that. Do you guys think that that was staged? Do you guys think that that really happened? Or like for real, like that was a random attack? Or do you guys think that that was a staged thing that Ilhan Omar had set up so that she could play victim? and whine more. Because we all know she likes to whine. Do you think somebody really hit her with the fart spray or the piss? Because over 90% of us feel like that was staged. And I think it was staged. I absolutely think that that was staged. We got 92%. Full on fake. That dude was so beta. Yeah, and what language was he talking in, bro? He was not speaking in English. It'd be cool if it was deodorant. I'm sure she needs it, but you know that she's going to be talking about this violent attack on her for a long while now. You know that's the story she gonna run with, bro. That's the story she gonna run with, is that was a violent attack on her. Now, I want to show you guys this video real quick, and I want you to understand this dude worked at HomeSmart. This is HomeSmart's statement. HomeSmart is aware of an incident in which one of our independent contractors agents acted unacceptably. This is not reflective of HomeSmart's culture and values. The agent has been terminated and is no longer affiliated with HomeSmart. So I want you to know this dude fucked around and this dude found out. Watch what this dude did.
Get upset. Don't record the girls. They're going to call their dads. You're ashamed of yourself. Nasty girls who love ice and take photos with them. Oh, yeah.
You little fucking cunt! You little fucking cunt!
They're taking photos of my face so they can recognize me on social
Yeah,
media and know I'm a racist.
and everybody's gonna know you're a smelly little cunt!
There we go. Okay. And that's what happens when you support
Sir,
racist motherfuckers.
do you think that makes you right to scream at women and call them a cunt? Come back, sir. You were so brave to talk to those women. I'm trying to talk to you.
I'm not talking to you, fucking people.
But I want to talk to you.
So brave screaming at women. And then he lost his job for it, which is great. Absolutely great. So Antifa is getting a lot more trained and a lot more well prepared out in the mean streets, you guys. Watch this.
Welcome to episode 2 of keeping yourselves and friends safe out on the front lines in these icy conditions. Don't mind my hair. If I don't care, you shouldn't care. First and foremost, a very sturdy helmet. As you can see, I've put red crosses on there. That's because I also have a medic bag, okay?
She's getting her gear from Walmart, bro. She's getting fucking bicycle helmets and tactical gear from Walmart.
So, helmet, you want it a little loose. This is going to be a terrible example because I have so much hair that this is actually a little too snug for my head. But
well, that's because you got a huge fucking head for a chick. You always been a chick? How long have you been a chick, homie? My guy, how long have you been a chick with a head that big? I'm just wondering, just a question.
skate or construction level helmet, because bicycle helmets are not meant to take multiple impacts and you want it to be able to strap to you. Okay. Next, a gas mask. I can actually wear this with my helmet on. This is going to be a terrible demonstration because, again, my hair. But you want a good gas mask that seals around your face, preferably puts an emulsifier barrier because it helps to create the seal and helps prevent stuff from getting in. But you want it to be able to strap securely around your head, and then you still want your helmet to be able to fit on there with you. See how my helmet fits perfectly with the mask? Okay? You won't be breathing in gas. You might still get some spicy stuff in there, so just be prepared, but you won't be taking hits to the face directly, and this will help you see. Yellow tint helps you see better through gas, just so you know. Let me take this shit off. If you're looking for something to protect your back and your chest and you're thinking that a bulletproof vest might be too much, a chest and back protector from a motocross company, I think this is from Fly, is a great alternative. I have back problems, so if I get shot in the back with anything, it's going to hit this first. And it does have some padding inside. You just put this on under your clothes. I usually have a tank top underneath my t-shirt, so I can put this on. and then I put a t-shirt on over top. Preferably a t-shirt with nothing written on it, no identifying markers on it. And you're good to go. All black is the cheapest and easiest way to blend in with the crowd. If everyone is wearing all black, it's hard for them to tell who's who. We run into this all the time. If you're out protesting black bloc and trying to find your friends, because it looks like just a sea of black masks. Also, if you're covering your face, cover your eyebrows, because that is one of the pointers that they use to help identify your face.
So they're literally giving each other instructional videos on how to use Temu and Walmart equipment to go out and be little tiny terrorists. Little Temu terrorists, you guys. Little Temu terrorists. And this is like literally how you should approach Antifa if you see them outdressed in the black bloc that she's talking about.
Pussies until they get about 30 or 40 of them, then they think they're tough. But they all wear nail polish is the fun part. This guy's wearing his mom's bra. That's crazy.
Bro! He's not playing!
And then in about an hour and a half, they'll be screaming crazy stuff.
Yep.
Pretending they're tough.
Yep.
You don't believe in anything, that's why you cover your face. So your mom doesn't know you're out today? Unless she explicitly told you, you can't go out, otherwise there's no Xbox for you later.
There it is.
Well, that's how they speak. Through signs. That's good. That's a good way to do it. They stand behind stuff like this so their dads don't kick the shit out of them when they get home. And they brought snacks, dude. They brought snacks. Look, they got chewy granola bars.
Ooh.
And a wagon.
Bro, a bunch of people thinking they're starting a revolution with a wagon and granola bars. You guys, these are the people that want you to be afraid of them and think that they're starting a civil war. They want to start a civil war with people that actually have training, are adept at violence. Some of us enjoy violence. And these are the people that think they're going to fare well. They think.
We are already surpassing Hitler, Nazi Germany. Do you not see this? If we have to debate the morality of does a person deserve to be shot in the face by a masked man who just jumped out of his car working for the government, what have we become?
Well, apparently Nazi Germany, what you said. Notice how every time something happens that these crazy leftists don't like, it's the same script. It's fascism, it's Gestapo, it's Hitler, Nazi Germany.
Because that's what they use to justify killing you, bro. That's what they use to justify killing you. Can you imagine if you were somebody who had survived an actual concentration camp and you saw this fucking deranged, like fucking mayonnaise hippo comparing what they went through to what's happening here? Is it a boy or a girl? Yes. Yes, it's a boy, girl thing. I don't know, bro. I don't know how to answer that question. I'm old. I get confused. When I grew up, you were either a boy or a girl, and shit was a lot simpler. And then there was chicks with dicks. So that was it when I grew up, bro. I don't understand.
It's almost like a reflex. Nazi Germany was a genocidal totalitarian dictatorship. There were no elections, there was no free press, they didn't have courts, there was no due process. The state murdered millions of people as literal official policy. ICE, whether you like them or not, is a law enforcement agency enforcing immigration law passed by Congress in a constitutional republic with courts, elections, lawsuits, body cams, inspectors general, and non-stop media scrutiny. If you think Those two things are the same. You aren't serious and you don't understand history. But this is the finest display of Godwin's law, but it's literally on steroids. When your argument is weak, you reach for Nazis. And it's not accurate, but it shuts down conversation for you. It's the same thing that these pro-Palestinians do when they point to Gaza. They call it a Holocaust. While many of them will downplay the Holocaust, they have to use the Holocaust because deep down they understand how bad it was, so they have to compare their situation to the worst possible thing they can imagine. But I want to talk about the shooting itself. Was it tragic? Of course it was. Are people allowed to criticize tactics or the rules of engagement or agency conduct? Absolutely. But what's not happening with ICE is a policy of extermination. There are no death camps, there is no ethnic cleansing, there is no policy of mass killing. A single disputed law enforcement shooting, even a bad one, does not equal fascism. If that were the case, then literally every country on earth would to you have to be Nazi Germany.
And that dude nailed it. That dude pulled it out perfectly. And that's why I wanted to show that to you. This right here is great. So, Aron Kaduri, a Democrat-endorsed city council member from Minneapolis, appears to be on the anti-ICE Watch Resistance Signal Group, which coordinates the doxing and harassment of ICE agents. Revealed by Cam Higbee. I want you guys to know, if they ever get off their ass and stop writing strongly worded letters, and they realize that there are people within a state government who are canonizing the civilians in their state to go out and commit acts of violence against the federal government, and they actually take this shit seriously, this woman right here deserves sedition charges. They should all be wrapped up on charges of sedition, RICO. This is organized crime right here, and it's at the highest levels of government. The literal deputy governor is in these chats. They're finding more and more people in the government there constantly. And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy work what's going on. So, I can't, bro. I can't. It's too much. OG Space Viking. To be fair, I bought a full kit because of what's coming. We read that, but it's worth reading twice, man. Andrew said, as a pear-shaped vet myself, feel free to make fun if it fits. My dog. I love you, bro. Thank you for your service, and thank you for being a good sport, man. Love you, brother. Serenity said, 1/5 of Generation Alpha was aborted. Never forget that. Whew. Bro, that's accurate, too. That's accurate. The Marksman Mancast. Thoughts on Nux and Unsub. So, I've been on Unsub. I've been on, 5 episodes of Unsub right now? I want to see Nux on Unsub so bad. And I know that they've been talking about it. I know they've been talking about getting Nux on there. I too have been talking to Nux about a collab. We're just trying to figure out how to make it work. I'm a huge fucking Nux fan, bro. Like an all-day Nux fan. And the Unsub, those dudes are my fucking family. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, does that look like Timu Antifa? That's Kyle Rittenhouse in his living room right now. I have a full getup. I bought a full black bloc getup to be able to go out and to be able to blend into the crowd and be able to get intel on them. And it's a little hard because I can't speak, because if I use my voice, people are going to know who the fuck I am. People are absolutely going to know who I am. Yeah, Nux and Asman on Unsub. So they already know that if they get Asman on Unsub, they need to notify me so that I can fly out there. And I'll just sit in the corner, bro. Not like a cuck, but I'll sit in the corner. The Real Lives Collective said, I sent you a DM on Twitter about doing an interview on my channel that I started up. I ain't giving up. It would be great start for me to have you. I will check my Twitter, bro. Appreciate you. Big love and respect. Robert Thompson said, straight up, stay out of Wyoming. It's great here. My dog. I feel you. DK said, these soft-ass white liberals wouldn't survive in Alabama. We don't mess with that here. I loved me some Alabama, dog. The last place on earth I'd want to go to prison. Last place in the United States, at least, I'd want to go to prison. I would go to any other state prison before I went to Alabama. But I had a great time out there with Chris Hansen, the dudes from the X5 podcast, the Blount County Sheriff's Office, tons of good people out there in Bama, dog. Let me tell you what. T-Man said, I think I have an idea of Trump's plan. You got to let things in these blue cities get a little hot, so when you eventually drop the hammer, the message is clear. You're not fucking around. How hot do they have to get, bro? How hot? I mean, I understand what you're saying, but like, how much hotter does it get? I don't understand. Jen Hex said, flashback lady isn't a lefty anymore. Now she's right-handed. Oh, the flashbang lady. Flashbang lady. Did you guys see that video? That was great. So this chick is in Minneapolis at a protest, and Ice throws a flashbang. She grabs it, starts running, and it goes off in her hand. And it blows part of her hand off, and she flops on the ground like, look, I'm going to make fun of that bitch, bro. I'm going to make fun of that. She picked that up. She started running. Here's the thing. If you're going to pick something up like that, do so at your own risk and get it out of your hand as fast as you possibly can. As fast as you possibly can. Delana said, Black Rifle Coffee Company donated to Democrats. So it is verified that not the company, but people who worked within the company donated to Tulsi Gabbard's campaign, which I think is way different than, the company itself doing, donations from the company itself. If you have a company, so I have a recovery coaching company. If somebody in my recovery coaching company goes out and they spend some of their hard-earned on, donating to something that I don't agree with, I still agree with them being able to do whatever they want with their money. So people are asking for me to show the flashbang video. Let me see if I can find the flashbang video real quick. Let's look up flashbang lady. Here we go, you guys. So, okay. There she is.
Medic. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Damn.
Medic. Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So just so you know, when you go out and do retard shit, you do retard shit at your own risk. I went out and did retard shit for like 20 years, homie. I got arrested tons of times. I went to prison. I went to jails all across the country. I had bad results, homie. Bad results. But I always knew that's my fault. That's my fault. And I'll bet a Fed did come to help her. I'll bet that when somebody came, it was probably one of them feds she probably was trying to throw that thing back at. It's crazy work. Cody said, move to Bama, buddy. Your recovery would be really beneficial. I've been out of prison a few months now, and you have been inspirational. Cody, dude, so first off, you've been to the craziest prison system in the U.S., just so you know. You've been through, and congratulations on being back out here on the streets, man. I love you. We need you out here. Stay with us. I'm proud of you every day. Bro, stay safe, stay in recovery, stay on the right side of law, man. We need you out here. We need good men out here, bro. Big love. 45 said, what did I miss? I was giving my cats treats. Oh, man, we just been going ham, bro. We've been going ham. I deboed Kyle Rittenhouse into coming on live tomorrow. So if y'all want to see Kyle Rittenhouse hanging out with us tomorrow on a live, chopping it up, I don't think he's going to go easy on me now that I keep saying I deboed him. We're going to have fun, though. That's my buddy, bro. I love Kyle. The Marksman Cast. Any thoughts on Scotty K Fitness? I'm on the fence of liking his content, but the politics and doxing are really putting me off. Look, man, I've actually talked to Scotty K on quite a few occasions. I made a video that people assumed was about him before I even knew who he was. And so he hit me up and he's like, hey, bro, like, That was fucked up. You made that video about, and I'm like, bro, that video wasn't about you. I didn't even know who you was. I don't agree with the man on a lot of things. But here's the thing. I never seen him promoting violence. I've never seen him promoting people going out in the streets and doing crazy, reckless shit. I respect the man's right to have his own opinions on things. I disagree with him adamantly. I think he's really overly emotional about situations for my taste, and I don't think that he looks into actual facts. I think that he's very superficial with the information that he's got, and that he follows a lot of left-leaning people, so he's getting a lot of left-leaning shit. And I think that he reacts to the information that he's given in a way that he feels is virtuous and righteous. I personally think that if you looked into it and was presented with the actual facts of a lot of this shit, this Scotty K would probably be singing a different tune. But even if he wasn't, I respect the man, and I respect his, I respect everybody being able to have their own opinion. I don't see him out doing crazy shit. So, if he wants to say fuck ICE, this is America, bro. We're all allowed to do that. Trina Mountain Girl, love how you touch on everything. Thank you for your coverage. I went to treatment in February and completed 7 months of PHP and IOP for trauma, and I love Smart Recovery. Smart Recovery is my jam, sis. Thank you for representing. And oh, look at your beautiful dog, too. I'm so proud of you and your recovery. I'm so fucking proud of you, sister. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for making me so happy right now. I appreciate that. Ken Smith, you need to move to a red state, bro. It'd be easier to get your 2A back, and damn it, I want to see Gun Tuber JD. Bro, I'd go so ham if they let me, dog. I'd go so legally ham. Here's the thing is that I'm where I'm at because every day I get to go check on my mama multiple times a day. And my mom and my dad never gave up on me when I gave up on myself. And this is where God wants me to be right now. And it's not a forever thing. But, after my parents taking care of me and, not giving up on me, you know what I'm saying? If I called my parents and I said, hey, when I called my parents and said, hey, I'm ready to go to treatment. I can't do this anymore. They found me a bed, bro. And when I would get arrested and I would call them, they picked up the phone. They never stopped picking up the phone. When I went to prison, my mama wrote me every single day, bro. So I'm out here doing what I need to do so I can walk across our property out here to their property, and I could go check on my mama a couple times a day, bro, and spend as much time with her and Pops as humanly possible. Quantum Twist said, hypocrisy and treason. Los Angeles, Trump supports the Iranian protesters, but shoots American protesters. If you think that's treason, then you know what you need to do. This is a Craigslist ad in Los Angeles. See, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to look into these Craigslist ads. I think that'd be a great expose to look into all of that. Absolutely. I'd vote for her. Are we talking about Valentina Gomez? I would vote for her in a heartbeat. Yeah, Valentina's lit, bro. Valentina's lit. Quantum Twist. Due to the Democrat simple voting laws, we could all vote 50 or 60 times just like they can. He used their law against them. So that's the thing. Is here in Oregon, and I don't know if this is in other blue states, but you can actually go down and voucher vote, which is crazy. Voucher voting is crazy. That's absolutely crazy, bro. Trina said, I laughed my ass off during this video. Yes. Kenneth, we did watch the Ilhan Omar attack, and I believe it's because your super popped up that I went and looked for it, brother. Nomad.org. I wonder if they think a surgical mask will protect them from pepper spray, and that's why they wear them. It could be, man. It could be. Ryan said, got live feed from Eugene. Check your DMs on here. So, yeah, I went and looked, and it looks like it's chilled out, bro. It looks like it's cooled down. It was the Karma live stream on TikTok. When I seen it, it looked totally cooled down, bro. 45 said, my cat is cuddling with me, purring while I'm watching this. Life is good. Also, JD, stop being so funny. I need to stop donating because I'll be broke. Don't donate if it hurts you, bro. Don't donate if it hurts you. I love you. You're all welcome here. This is our community, bro. I love you guys, man. And I appreciate it. I genuinely do. But I don't want nobody to be hurting their pockets, bro. I know how it is, man. Delana said, maybe more Dems need to have a stroke of genius. A stroke. Yeah. Quantum Twist said it was piss. I think she might have set that up, bro. I genuinely think that she did that so she could play the victim card. They're doing everything they can out there in Minnesota to distract from the fraud. Everything they can. Yo, Mikey and Callie, what's up? Thank you. John, what's good, bro? The new distraction from the fraud since Tim Walz backed down. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Ryan said, hasn't been a chick since day one, that's for sure. Where there's an apple, there's a banana, bro. Relic said, people who commit crimes and self-snitching to get attention is a gift from God. I certainly enjoy it. I certainly enjoy watching it. I just want to see the mug shots to go with it, dog. Possum Lady. They need to just shave eyebrows. Ooh, dog. So back in the day, I'm going to tell you a quick story. Back in the day, when I was doing a lot of that Pablo Escobar's personal stash, that booger sugar, you know what I'm saying? Me and my friend group used to do bets. And we do bets with each other, and we bet for eyebrows. So the loser would have to shave an eyebrow, and the winner would get a gram of that nose candy, the old nose beers, if you know what I'm saying. And I lost eyebrows a few times in bets, bro. And I'd be walking around with one eyebrow, looking real weird, bro. Real weird. Here we go again. I voted for Trump, but man, his comments today about the Second Amendment rubbed me very, very wrong. Not sure if you saw them or not, but damn. I have seen so many things that have disappointed me from POTUS lately, and his weird stances on the Second Amendment since this whole thing happened are absolutely fucking insane, dude. It's insane to me that this dude would come out and speak out on against the Second Amendment in the way that he did. And, you know, that's something I want to talk to Kyle Rittenhouse about tomorrow, because Kyle is, he is a staunch advocate of the Second Amendment. So we'll have him on tomorrow, and we'll talk about how all this situation from this shoot that is lawful, it's lawful, it's awful, it shouldn't have happened, it was terrible. Was there blame to go around for the Border Patrol agents? Yes. Was there blame to go around for Alex Preddy? Absolutely. It was a bad situation. But the blowback from even the Second Amendment, the pro-Second Amendment crowd has been talking in ways that I never expected to hear. Maybe we'll talk some about that, because I'm very staunchly Second Amendment. Even as somebody with no Second Amendment rights, I support every American's Second Amendment rights, bro, and I don't think it should be infringed. Zach the Sticks. Do what Japan does. Blue dyed water from a fire hose. Run all you want, but good luck hiding, Antifa Smurf. And I've been saying that for a while now. We should absolutely be hitting them with the water cannons, especially now that it's cold. Dye the water. That way they're easier to hunt down. But even when they arrest them, bro, they're going in one door and out the other. And, you know, who knows if we ever see any convictions from any of that shit. Michael, appreciate you, bro. Your name a lot like my last name, dog. The Togog. The Tog OG, maybe? I don't know. Looks OG-ish. What's up, homie? I know it's crazy, you know it's crazy, but let's be real. None of these people will be held accountable, and nothing will happen, and nobody will be charged. That is what I'm afraid of, dog. That is what I'm afraid of. I am not with that shit, bro. There needs to be accountability. There needs to be. Delana, nobody puts baby in a corner. Hell yeah. Jay Garcia, what is up, man? Good to see you. All glory be to God. Yeah, bro, I love that picture. That picture makes my heart happy, bro. That is a beautiful picture of a beautiful couple, man. Praise God. Robert said, saying, oh my God, like they don't know how the nade works. The old grenade, the old flashbang. Yeah, that's crazy. Todd Terrell, what happened with Black Rifle Coffee Company and Donut Operator? There seems to be a disconnect. Heather is with Black Rifle and Donut is doing his own thing. Sad. I don't know the drama between them, if there's any drama or static between them. And if there was any static between them, it would not be my business to speak about publicly. So that wouldn't be any of my business to speak about publicly. Dominar said, at Cody, keep trying, never give up. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that did not work. Thomas Edison. Dog, I love you, bro. Cody, don't give up. We're all here with you, homie. Big love. Sniper shot. Probably the first finger bang that chick didn't enjoy. Damn, bro. Damn. I mean, she was a water buffalo. She is for sure a swamp donkey, bro. I mean, if she was, I don't know if she's always been a she, but she definitely a swamp donkey now. The Venomous Walrus. I love that you are critical of Israel, but are talking collabs with Nux. Disagreements do not mean enemies. That's what it's about, brother. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I don't expect anybody else to agree with my takes. And I can still love and respect people whether they agree with my takes or not. There's very few things that if you don't agree with me, it's a deal breaker. Raping kids is one of those main things. If you're into raping kids or you sympathize with raping kids, we're not cool, bro. We're never going to be cool. Never going to be cool. You know what I'm saying? But, any of this political shit, you can have different religious beliefs. You can have different ideologies. If you have I think certain cultures aren't compatible with the West. And I have a lot of thoughts about how I feel uncomfortable with them being here in large numbers. But I can always sit down and talk with anybody, bro. And I love Nux. He's a good dude, bro. Genuine dude. Zach the Sticks. There's no way pretty good shit isn't a psyop. I mean, I think that there's a lot to be said for people's ability to go out there and act retarded. I think what the psyop is that there are people in the government in Minnesota that are canonizing their people and radicalizing their people blatantly in public, on a microphone, speaking to a camera, on TV, trying to get people to go out there and do this retarded shit, bro. I think that they manipulate mentally ill people because they know that their base is largely mentally ill and super overly emotional. And I think that's where it's coming from, is they're weaponizing their people against the federal government. And that's against the law, dog. That's against the law. Wait till we get all the way into these signal chats, man. I talked with Cam Higbee today. He's going to come on here with us, and we're going to sit down and we're going to really dig into what he's found in these signal chats. And I think that when you hear it cohesively in one piece from Cam, it's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind what's going on in Minnesota with these signal chats. Here we go again. Yeah, Trump's speech to the media today about 2A was not okay. And just to clarify, thank you, here we go again. Just to clarify, when I said that I'm super disappointed by what Trump said that sounded really 2A, I was not talking about the fake tweet, because there was a fake tweet out there. I'm talking about what I heard him say with his own mouth today, and how I find it reprehensible as a constitutionalist, as somebody who firmly believes in the Constitution, and who thinks that that's non-fucking negotiable. Even though I don't have my rights, I stand firmly on everybody's rights. I don't think it's right that I don't have my rights. We'll talk with Kyle about that tomorrow as well, and we'll get his opinion as a strong 2A advocate, how he feels about felons and gun rights. I talked with Chad Bianco about it. Sheriff Chad Bianco, who served the state of California as a sheriff for 30 years and is running for governor and is the front runner for governor of California. And he agreed that he doesn't believe it's constitutional for people to lose their rights permanently. And I understand that. So, okay, I think it should be the end of your sentence. Once you've repaid your debt to society, you should get your gun rights back. You get convicted. They tell you go to prison or jail. Then you have probation or parole. Shouldn't have gun rights in prison. I understand. You shouldn't have gun rights on paper, because the cops have to be able to come into your house. They have to be able to search your house at any given time that they feel like it. And also, that is actually part of your sentence. It's in lieu of being in prison. So it's a valid part of your sentence. But once you're off, you should have all of your rights restored to you. Every single one of them. Being able to vote, being able to own a firearm, all of it should be returned to you. That's my personal opinion on that. So, hearing him say what he said today, Preddy wasn't lawfully carrying. Because in the state of Minnesota, to be lawfully concealed carrying, you have to have a concealed carry permit, and you have to have it on you if you're going to concealed carry. That's where he fucked up leaving the house. But it's really telling to me of his intentions to leave the house without his concealed carry permit or his ID, because he had to do classes to get that permit. He knew the laws. He intentionally broke the law. And why would you not have an ID leaving the house with a concealed firearm? Well, they tell you in these signal chats, Signalgate, Cam Higbee, not to leave the house with an ID on you, so it's harder for them to ID you if they want to arrest or detain you. Which tells me that he went out with bad intentions. That's what that tells me as an ex-criminal. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that makes sense? Cody, what's up, Bubba? Thanks for the support. Starting over sucks, but I work and serve in church. God bless you, dog. Give 100% effort and follow God, and the rest will take care of itself. It absolutely will. That is what's gotten me to where I am today. Is to walk in faith and accountability for my actions, humility and gratitude, and just trust. I ask God every morning, just keep me on your path, man. You don't have to show me the whole path. Just show me the next 2 steps. Because if you show me the whole thing, I'm going to try to manipulate it. I'm going to find a shortcut. I'm going to do something dumb. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, you're on the right path. God bless you, brother. God bless you. Christina Graham, it was a faker tweet. And that's what I'm saying. That tweet was fake. That was fake as hell. And somebody else is asking if I could show the Trump tweet. Let's see if we could get that up here real quick. Let's see if we can find that. The one that I found earlier was so hard to hear. Let's see. This isn't it. So Trump suggests some gun control is necessary, but that's not a video. Let's try a different search real quick. Here we go.
As an assassin. Do you think he was acting as an assassin in Minneapolis?
Who is that?
Mr. Preddy, your deputy chief of staff said that. You don't think so?
With that being said, you can't have guns. You can't walk in with guns.
What about the Second Amendment?
Listen, you can't walk in with guns. You can't do that. But it's just a very unfortunate incident.
Actually, yes, the fuck you can. You absolutely can. I can't currently legally walk in with guns, but what a disheartening statement to get from a Republican president who is supposed to be pro-Second Amendment. How disappointing is that to hear? That is super disappointing to me. When I was a criminal, I was very pro-gun control because I knew I wasn't going to follow those laws. They could have taken everybody else's guns. I still would have had one, bitch. And that just makes it easier for me to perpetrate crimes. Now that I'm a law-abiding citizen, I want everybody to have guns. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now that we've seen that, let's see if we can find the fake tweet. Here we go right here. This is the fake tweet. This is not real. He had a gun. Only criminals carry guns on our streets. We need law and order. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. That is fake. That is fake. Absolutely fake news. Not real. Fake media. But, you guys heard his statement. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right at all. Darth said water cannons would dye water red, white, and blue for different tanks. Make them wear the colors they protest against. Yes! Yes! USA! USA! I like that idea, bro. I like that. Here we go again. Mind showing the clip? Yep, showed it. Got you, Bubba. Kevin Poprock said, we call swamp donkeys four-wheelers. Now that's a new label for liberals. Yeah, dude. So there was when I started calling rotund liberal women swamp donkeys, was there's like a swamp donkey, it's like a bait for hunting that's piss that attracts like bucks. And I was like, oh damn, bro, that smells fucking terrible. And swamp donkey sounds like a very well-fed rotund liberal woman. So I've been saying that for years, bro. Anthony Cavazos, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Hey, JD, I just wanted to say thank you so much for talking to me yesterday. I was out all day running my grandparents and aunt around town, and I'm exhausted, about to open a cold one. This is what I'm talking about, bro. You're a good human being, and I love you, and I respect what you're doing. Way to take care of your family like that, man. Never question whether you have a good heart, bro. You absolutely do. Robert Thompson, Wyoming is a constitutional carry. I love it here. That's sick, bro. That's sick. John said, Colorado has an app that saves ID and carry ID. Okay. I think they're trying to move towards digital ID, and I'm a little wary of the whole digital ID thing, but, you know, I mean, we carry everything else, bro. We carry everything else on our phones, you know? I mean, shit, I have my car's insurance on my phone. Anthony Cavazos, I just got here. I don't know the full context. I don't care about Trump. But when he said you can't walk around with guns, he could be right if we're talking about walking into government buildings or schools. So look, I understand like not being able to take a gun into certain government buildings. If you were able to take guns into courthouses, bad shit would happen. They're taking perps in there. There's certain places that you shouldn't be able to take guns into a school because it sets a bad precedent. I think we should have armed people at every school. I think that we should 1,000% be paying veterans to be armed in our schools. But just random people, no, random motherfucking people should not be walking into schools and courthouses and shit like that with guns. I 100% agree with that, and I think that's reasonable. But we all know what Trump was talking about. He was talking about in the streets where there's protests and shit. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this right now, Anthony. I went down to the Portland ICE Antifa protests after, you know, getting death threats and all that shit. I went down there repeatedly, and I wasn't carrying a gun. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't carrying a gun, but I support everybody else's right to. Shane was down there with a fucking AK. He was down there with an AK. You know, we actually had an Antifa dude the first time I went down there and we got swarmed who brandished a weapon at us multiple times. My guys were all armed that first time. They all had bulletproof vests on and they were packing, and they were all vets that wanted to go down there with me. I hang out with a lot of veterans, you guys. Veterans are my people. I hang out with a lot of veterans, and they were like, we want to go with you, dude. And I was like, cool. Sick. I love it. You know, I believe everybody has the right to fucking carry, bro. And I don't think there should be concealed carry permits. I think that's unconstitutional personally. I don't agree with what Trump said. Delana said, you can own a black powder gun or any produced before 1895. Not in the state of Oregon. There are some states where that is accurate. There are other states where that's not accurate. So I want to encourage anybody who's a felon who's operating under that assumption to make sure that you're checking state and local laws, because it's not just the federal laws that could get you thrown in prison. You could do state prison time. If I were to have like a muzzle loader, you know, black powder rifle or anything like that, I could absolutely go to prison for that. And I don't like prison. You have to shower with dudes and you eat a lot of bologna. And I'm not into like bologna or showering with dudes, bro. Andrew said, fill water cans with OC spray. Holy shit, dog. That to me, it's a cool idea, but in practice, there would be so much collateral damage. Take example, the ICE facility in Portland. Those people across the street in the low-income housing, their kids have been breathing in secondhand fucking pepper spray and tear gas for over a year now. So we can't just unleash like that. But water, and it's cold as fuck right now. That shit works. Here we go again. Fox News clip is work. Search Trump Fox News guns. Let's do that. Let's do that real quick. If it's worse than that, I'm going to be real mad. Because that was already bad enough. How did we get here, bro? That's the same thing we just watched. That's the fake tweet. That's the same thing we just watched. That's the same thing we just watched. Oh, is this it? Okay, maybe this is it. Let's take a look at this real quick.
The entire country is talking about what happened this past weekend in Minnesota. You've already spoken about it. Everyone watching has seen the video. Everyone has an opinion. I'm curious what you thought when you first saw that video.
Well, I think the whole thing is terrible. I don't like the fact that he was carrying a gun that was fully loaded and he had 2 magazines with him, and it's pretty unusual. But nobody knows when they saw the gun, how they saw the gun.
The entire country is talking about what happened this past weekend in Minnesota. You've already spoken about it. Everyone watching has seen the video. Everyone has an opinion.
So I don't think that's that much worse. I don't know if there was more involved. Let me look something up real quick and show you guys something. Okay, right here. This dude. Can y'all see this dude? Let me bring this up. This black gentleman holding a gun, 22 long rifle in Minnesota. Never heard him say anything about attacking anybody, menacing, threatening. I may or may not disagree. I may or may not agree with this dude and his politics or his reason for carrying that gun. I may or may not. I may or fucking may not. But I support his right to do it. Because he wasn't breaking any laws. Let's see. Where's the old Cartman ass dude? Old Cartman looking ass dude. Yeah, I can't find it right now, but there was the old Cartman ass looking ass dude who was carrying a gun and saying, I'm here to protect my community. I mean, I think it's a sketchy statement, but I support his right to do it. Oh, here we go. Brandon Straka said, armed individuals in full gear were seeing open carrying rifles on the streets of Minneapolis. I see them standing there practicing their Second Amendment rights. No problem with that. I have no problem with that at all. Anthony Cavasso said, I couldn't walk into one of those chaotic protests. I ain't built for all that. Call me weak sauce. No, dog, like, honestly, it's really trying. It's a really hard situation to be in. I wouldn't recommend it for everybody, bro. You know, I've been in some high pressure situations where there was a lot of violence. I've been in a lot worse than what happened down in Portland, bro. You know what I'm saying? When it cracks off on a prison yard, it gets pretty thick. But, you know, I went there just with the intention to be able to document. And I only lost it twice. Once when that dude called me a pedophile. And I came real close. And Spider Mike, I just don't like Spider Mike because he's a fentanyl dealer. And I've lost a kid to fentanyl. So I was intentionally trying to goad that dude into fighting me. I wanted him to fucking swing on me because I know that I could tear that dude to fucking shreds, bro. And I shouldn't have acted out of character, to be honest with you. I acted out of character both those times, bro. And I wish that I hadn't, because my job there was that I was there to document. I was there to report on the situation. I should not have been trying to incite anything. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Poprocks, so don't jump on that swamp donkey. Definitely don't jump on that swamp donkey, bro. Slate Dragon, hey JD, I love your videos. I wish that the Dem state government help with ICE deportations. If they help the 2 people that lost their lives, it wouldn't have happened. So here's the thing. If these sanctuary states were handing over these people when they got arrested for crimes in our country, instead of forcing ICE to go out and hunt them down in the streets, none of this would have happened. It all would have been avoided, bro. All would have been avoided. So, you know, sanctuary cities create these unsafe situations by not cooperating with federal law enforcement. Dominar said, fill water cannons with poison ivy extract. Bro, you're ruthless, dog, and I like the way you think. You're absolutely ruthless, and I like the way you think. As somebody who's gotten poison oak on his butthole, I think that's a terrible idea, and I'm in. Here I am, where am I? Hi, JD. Psychology teaches that convicts also often develop obsessions for men in uniform. Could that be your hard simping for those ICE thugs? Binky, your little baby Binky need a Binky. Here's the thing, bro. Let me explain this to you, since you obviously are slow. People who've done time understand that there's consequences to their fucking actions. You, as somebody who's probably never even been punched in their motherfucking face, even when they deserved it, think that shit is just sweet and that you should just be able to slide on anything. Those are federal law enforcement agents. I have dealt with real thugs. I have dealt with real gangsters. You probably don't say the thing with your mouth, bro. There are consequences to your actions. Like, you said some dumb shit, and you got the binky. Little baby binky and a little sucky sucky. Look, man, if wanting shit not to happen like what happened to Jocelyn Nungray or Laken Riley makes me a bootlicker, bro, lick, motherfucker. If wanting our streets to be safe, wanting our laws to be enforced makes me a Nazi or a white supremacist, I'm good with that, bro. I'm 100% good with that. If that's how you want to redefine shit, I'm cool, bro. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be consequences to actions in life, or you end up with retards like, here I am, where am I? And I don't think we need a lot of retards running around like that. Somebody should have beat the fuck out of you when you were a kid and you acted up, dog. That's just what should have happened. Apparently, you never got the fucking rod when you were a kid. I got the fucking rod when I was a kid. And when I acted up as an adult, I went to prison. Apparently, you just haven't had no real consequences. And now you're a fucking retard. Alex, what up, buddy? Love you. Great to see you. Ruth Lindsay, those two were shooting at helicopters later that night. Stop. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Hold on. Now, I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm just saying I haven't seen anything about that. So looking it up, I don't see anything about that, and I hadn't heard anything about it. If they did that, 100%, put them in prison. Anybody who breaks the law, put them in prison. But people are the ones who decide to break the law, not guns. A gun has never broken a single law. The person holding the gun has. And law-abiding citizens should never lose their rights, their God-given constitutional rights, because of somebody else's behavior. That's not how things should work in our country. And I staunchly stand on that, man. All right, you guys, I have been here for 2.5 hours. I'm going to cut out. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to be back tomorrow night, and we're going to be having a discussion with Kyle Rittenhouse. So I hope you guys will come and hang out with us. Till the next one, it's always one love, baby. Be good or be